Have you ever felt like the weight on your heart is heavier than you can carry, like the pain in your soul is too deep for words, and every day feels like an uphill battle? Perhaps someone betrayed you, or a dream you held dear shattered into pieces. Maybe you are sitting there, staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., asking yourself, why me? When will this pain end? I want you to pause for a moment and really hear me. This world is not made for perfect people, for perfect moments, or perfect hearts. Every single one of us carries wounds that no one else can see, but here is the truth, the reality that many forget in their darkest moments. Healing is not instant, healing takes time, and the one who knows every heartbeat, every tear, every silent cry you've ever let escape, he is with you. Allah is with you through every second of your struggle, through every moment you feel broken, through every step you take forward, no matter how small. You might feel impatient, you might feel hopeless, but I promise you this, your pain is not wasted. Every tear, every sigh, every quiet prayer is being recorded by the most merciful. Allah is not distant from your pain, He is closer to you than your own jugular. And sometimes it is in the waiting, in the quiet moments of suffering, that He is shaping you, teaching you strength, resilience, and patience that will transform your life. So if you are listening today and you feel broken, I want you to know it is okay. It is okay to hurt, it is okay to grieve, but it is not okay to give up. Healing takes time, but you are not alone, not for a single second. One of the hardest lessons in life is learning to accept the pace of healing. When our hearts are broken, when our dreams are shattered, or when we are overwhelmed by loss, it is natural to want the pain to disappear immediately. We cry out in frustration, asking, why is this taking so long? Or when will I feel whole again? But the truth is, the heart, the soul, and even the mind have their own rhythm. They cannot be rushed, and they do not mend according to our timeline. Healing is not a simple process that can be measured in days or weeks. It is a journey, sometimes slow, sometimes painful, but always necessary. Imagine the life of someone who has lost everything they held dear. Perhaps they have experienced betrayal from someone they trusted, or the sudden death of a loved one. Perhaps they are struggling with illness, financial hardship, or inner battles that no one else sees. Every tear they shed, every restless night they endure, is part of the healing process. It is not wasted. It is not meaningless. It is shaping them, even when they cannot feel it. Healing is like a tree after a violent storm. Its branches may be broken, its roots shaken, yet over time, it finds the strength to grow again. It does not happen overnight, and it cannot be forced. Accepting the pace of healing requires patience, a deep, intentional patience that comes from understanding that life is not always fair, and pain is not always a sign that we are failing. It is simply a part of being human. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, allows us to experience trials not to break us, but to teach us, to strengthen us, and to bring us closer to Him. Each moment of struggle is a lesson, a chance to grow in faith, resilience, and self-awareness. Even when we feel alone, even when the nights are long and the tears never seem to end, we are not forgotten. Allah is present in every heartbeat, every sigh, every silent prayer we whisper in the dark. This patience is not passive, it is active. It is the conscious decision to honor your pain rather than fight it, to acknowledge your grief rather than hide from it, and to trust that healing will come in its own time. It is allowing yourself to cry without shame, to feel without guilt, and to take each small step forward, no matter how slow it may seem. Healing is not a straight line, it is a winding path, full of ups and downs, setbacks and breakthroughs. But each step, each tear, each moment of surrender to Allah's mercy brings us closer to wholeness. So, if you are struggling today, remember this: your heart is not broken forever, your soul is not lost. Every moment of pain is a part of your story, a step on the journey to healing. Trust the process, be gentle with yourself, and know that Allah is with you, guiding your steps and mending your heart, one moment at a time. Sometimes when life breaks us, the question that haunts us the most is, why is this happening to me? We see others living with ease, with joy, with comfort, while we struggle silently with our wounds. Our hearts cry out for answers, for reasons, for a sign that this pain has meaning, and yet often the answers do not come in the way we expect. Healing is not just about the passage of time, it is about trust. Trust in Allah's wisdom, trust in His timing, and trust that every difficulty we face is a part of a larger plan that we cannot yet understand. Consider the story of a man who had lost everything he loved. His family, his health, his sense of security, gone in what felt like a single moment. He was devastated, crushed under the weight of despair. He asked himself endlessly, why me, why now? And yet he did not stop praying. He continued to call upon Allah, even when his voice trembled and his heart ached. Slowly, imperceptibly, the broken pieces of his life began to align in ways he could not have imagined. He discovered strength he never knew existed, empathy for others who were hurting, and a closeness to Allah that he could never have found without the trial he endured. This is the essence of trust. It is not a naive belief that everything will be easy. It is a conscious surrender to the one who knows the unseen, the one who understands the depth of our hearts and the weight of our struggles. When we place our trust in Allah, we begin to see that every hardship, every heartbreak, every lonely night carries a hidden gift. Sometimes that gift is patience, sometimes it is resilience, sometimes it is the chance to grow spiritually in ways that would have been impossible without difficulty. Trust does not mean we do not feel pain. Trust does not mean we do not cry or grieve. Trust means that while we experience the depth of our suffering, we also believe that Allah is orchestrating a path for us, one that will lead to growth, healing, and perhaps even joy beyond what we imagined. It is in the moments of surrender, in the quiet prayers whispered with sincerity, that healing begins to take root. Every trial we face is a test, and every test has a wisdom embedded within it. We may not understand it now, and that is okay. Healing does not require comprehension, it requires trust. Trust that Allah sees every tear, hears every sigh, and knows every pang of sorrow that resides in your heart. And even when the journey feels long, even when despair threatens to overwhelm, we can find peace in knowing that we are not alone. Allah is with us, guiding, nurturing, and preparing us for a life filled with meaning, strength, and hope. So, when you feel lost or broken, remember this: trust in Allah's wisdom. Even when the path is unclear, even when the heart feels heavy, He is shaping you, protecting you, and guiding you toward healing that is far greater than what you imagine. Every pain has purpose, every struggle has meaning, and every tear you shed is known to the most merciful. Healing is not only about waiting and trusting, it is also about taking action even when the heart feels heavy and the body feels weak. Many of us make the mistake of thinking that healing is passive, that if we simply wait long enough, the pain will disappear on its own. But true healing requires effort, a gentle yet intentional effort to care for ourselves, to nurture our hearts, and to take steps forward, no matter how small they may seem. Imagine a person who has been wounded deeply, perhaps by betrayal, loss, or disappointment. Some days even getting out of bed feels impossible. Some nights the tears seem endless and the heart feels as if it will never mend. But healing begins in the smallest actions, saying a prayer, reflecting on one verse, sending a message of kindness, forgiving oneself for being human. These are not grand gestures, but they are powerful steps toward mending the soul. Healing is like tending a fragile garden. You cannot force the flowers to bloom overnight. You cannot rush the roots to grow. But with care, patience, and persistence, life begins to return to the soil, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, beauty emerges again. Self-compassion is a key part of this process. Many of us are harsh with ourselves, blaming ourselves for feeling pain, for taking time to heal, for needing support. But the truth is, we are allowed to be human. We are allowed to stumble, to cry, to feel broken. And in those moments, we must speak gently to our hearts, reminding ourselves that every step, every tear, every effort counts. Healing is not about perfection. It is about progress. It is about showing up for yourself every single day, even when it is hard, even when the world seems indifferent. Action paired with faith is what makes healing profound. We act, we strive, we nurture, but we also trust. We take steps toward recovery while holding on to the knowledge that Allah is with us every moment, guiding our hearts, strengthening our spirits, and providing comfort in ways we may not immediately recognize. Even when setbacks occur, even when the pain resurfaces unexpectedly, these moments are not failures. They are part of the journey. Each small act of courage, each prayer uttered in sincerity, each moment of patience becomes a building block for a heart that is slowly, steadily learning to heal. So, do not underestimate the power of gentle action and self-compassion. Healing takes time, yes, but it is not passive. It is intentional. It is choosing to nurture yourself, even in the darkness, even when hope feels distant. Every small step you take is a declaration of resilience. Every act of kindness toward yourself is a sign that you are not defeated. And through it all, Allah is walking beside you, mending your heart one moment, one tear, one prayer at a time. One of the most beautiful truths about healing is that it is never just about us. The pain we endure, the struggles we face, and the resilience we build are never wasted. Every tear we shed, every night we spend wrestling with our fears, and every prayer we whisper in our loneliness can become a light for someone else. Often, we underestimate the impact our story can have on the world around us. But our healing is not only for our own hearts. It can inspire hope, courage, and strength in others who are lost, broken, or struggling silently. Imagine a person sitting alone, scrolling through life, feeling unseen and unheard, drowning in their own pain. They might feel as though no one understands them, as though their struggles are theirs alone, and then they hear your story, they see your journey of patience, resilience, and trust in Allah. They witness how, despite the heartbreak, you continue to rise. Your healing becomes a beacon of hope for them. Suddenly, they realize they are not alone. Suddenly, they feel a spark of courage to face their own trials, to take the first step toward their own healing. This is the hidden power of enduring hardship and allowing healing to take its course. Allah does not waste our struggles. He turns them into lessons, not only for ourselves, but for those around us. Each tear you have shed, each moment of despair you have endured, has meaning beyond what you can see. Your story, once healed and shared, can touch lives in ways you could never imagine. It can give someone hope when they feel hopeless, patience when they feel restless, and faith when they feel abandoned. And remember, this is not about seeking recognition or praise. Healing is not for show. It is deeply personal, sacred, and profoundly transformative. But when we allow ourselves to emerge from pain with strength and grace, we naturally inspire those around us. Our resilience becomes a living testimony that Allah's mercy is real, that His wisdom is perfect, and that even the heaviest burdens can be lightened with patience, trust, and faith. So, if you are struggling today, know that your journey matters. Your patience matters, your trust matters. Every second you spend enduring pain with faith, every effort you make to nurture your heart, and every act of self-compassion is creating a ripple effect that can touch countless lives. Healing takes time, yes, but it also has power far beyond our own understanding. Through it, Allah not only restores you, but also allows your story to become a source of light for others who are still in the darkness. Never underestimate the value of your journey. Every tear, every struggle, and every prayer is meaningful. And as you heal, you will realize that Allah has been with you through every second, guiding, supporting, and preparing you to be a source of hope and inspiration for the world. Your pain was never wasted. Your healing will never be in vain. So today, I want you to take this with you. Healing takes time. There is no magic formula, no instant fix, no shortcut through the pain. But every tear you shed, every moment of despair, every quiet prayer you offer in the dark, it all matters. Allah is with you through every second. He knows your struggles, He feels your pain, and He is guiding you toward a heart that will not just survive but thrive. Remember that healing is a journey, not a race. Trust in Allah's wisdom, embrace patience, and take small, compassionate steps toward nurturing your soul. Allow your heart to mend gently, and understand that your story, your journey, and your resilience have the power to inspire and uplift others who are still struggling. You are never alone. Allah's mercy surrounds you, His love sustains you, and His guidance walks beside you through every trial. So if this message touched your heart, if it gave you even a little spark of hope, I urge you to share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Let them know that they are not alone, that their pain is seen, and that healing is possible with patience, faith, and trust in Allah. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss reminders that strengthen your heart, deepen your faith, and inspire you to keep moving forward. Remember, healing takes time, and Allah is with you through every second. Never forget that, and never give up.